You're walking down a busy street minding your own business, and as you go through your day you feel a white hot sensation in your stomach. A man in an orange jumpsuit looks at you with a knife in his hand. You're sitting there in pain wondering why would he... Wait, something's not right. No one has tackled him or screamed that he has a knife. Not so much as a glance in your direction. Are you really that worthless? That people would just walk past you bleeding out on the street? You think to yourself, what kind of nightmare is this? Suddenly, someone tackles your attacker from the crowd. He looks dumbfounded. It's too late though. Your vision fades to black before any of this makes sense.
Hey guys, how's it going? I stopped a attack today, and it was kind of weird because nobody else was doing anything about it. But it looks like I have a knife, and he dropped some kind of file, and turns out this knife's an SCP. So let's get into it. SCP-668, Object Class Euclid. SCP-668 is a 13-inch chef's knife with a rosewood handle and a full tank construction, increasing the knife's overall durability. A knife of this design had to have been created sometime in the late 1930s or early 40s. When the Foundation first got their hands on this malevolent piece of kit, it was badly rusted and pitted from more than its fair share of blood and bodily fluids trapped in its micro crevices. After being restored by the Foundation, it was noted that it had no effect on the item's anomalous properties. The first recorded appearance of SCP-668 was in the 1960s, the infamous case. A New York woman that lived alone was allegedly murdered by Redacted. This is despite the fact that 38 witnesses reported hearing the gruesome attack, of which none of them came to the poor victim's aid for over 6 hours, leading her to have a slow and painful death from blood loss. If the item gained its anomalous properties from this egregious event is still up for debate. What is clear, however, is the current anomalous properties that this item manifests. When carried by a human or humanoid entity with violent intent towards another, SCP-668 will broadcast a psychic signal preventing all sentient beings with a psionic resistance index of 97 or lower incapable of assisting the victim. Those affected by SCP-668's anomalous properties report a sudden sense of apathy while under its influence. Sensory input is not affected, meaning they can see and hear everything happening just fine, and even feel revulsion and horror, but are simply incapable of assisting the victim even through indirect means. These properties affect the victim as well, leaving them unable to defend themselves from their attacker. Tests using D-Class personnel have shown SCP-668 has no upper limit to its abilities of entities affected by its psionic resonance. In one test, 12 D-Class personnel due for first of the month terminations were placed in a room alongside a researcher who was told to randomly select one test subject for death. The researcher killed them all one by one despite their professed horror. Prior incidents have indicated the possibility of hundreds, if not thousands, of deaths due to SCP-668's unique properties. I see an incident report here too. Comment down below if you want to see this explained as well. Recovering SCP-668 in these conditions is problematic due to the object's psychic properties. Any agents attempting to apprehend the subject during containment failure incidents are also affected by SCP-668's apathy field, which results in casualties of SCP personnel. Following the incident of SCP-668-A, standard retrieval protocols include the use of a long-range sniper rifle, double-blind conditions, and 3 different agents working in tandem through carefully coordinated actions to prevent any of them realizing that they are actively opposing the subject. Because of the possible apocalyptic outcomes, the panel has made recommendations that SCP-668 be designated a Keter-level threat and placed in a higher-level containment facility. The special containment procedures aren't actually all that special. Other than standard site security, it's stored in Site-19's high-value item storage facility. Standard defenses against intrusion, be it explosive, chemical, biological, or mimetic, are always in place at all times. SCP-668 may only be removed from its safe deposit box by personnel with level 2 security clearance or above. Any individuals wishing to make use of SCP-668 outside of Site-19 must first submit a Form 668 Requested Course of Action form to 0511 and to be fitted with an explosive kill switch collar on a 24-hour timer before taking SCP-668 into the field. An auditing officer with a security clearance of level 4 or higher must confirm that SCP-668 has been returned to its safe deposit box before the collar is deactivated. Following further testing, it has been determined that test subjects wielding SCP-668 can be terminated through passive response, so long as the terminating agent is introduced before the subject takes possession of SCP-668. The Running Man Protocol, see Appendix B, 668-B, Approved Terminating Agents, is hereby approved for use with SCP-668, and the item in question is hereby reclassified as a Euclid-type object. Use of Omega-7 personnel for retrieval of SCP-668 during future containment failure incidents is to be hereby forbidden due to the danger of SCP-076-2 coming into contact with the item. Addendum 668-B is revoked as of due to SCP-076-2's expressed distaste at using an item that, in its own words, takes out all the fun. Possibility of using SCP-076-2 as a solo agent for any further containment failure incidents under review. With the ending of the Omega-7 project, no further attempts to weaponize SCP-076-2 or SCP-668 are to be attempted. Do not, under any circumstances, allow SCP-668 to come in contact with SCP-682. Note that although average human beings have a psionic resistance index of 24, SCP-682 has been tested with a psionic resistance of placing it above SCP-668's threshold of effect. The possibilities of a creature inimical to all life gaining possession of something like this should be obvious. With the ending of the Omega-7 project, no further attempts to weaponize SCP-682 or SCP-668 are to be attempted. Request to reclassify SCP-668 under its original designation as a Keter class object under review. Request to reclassify SCP-668 under its original designation as Keter class object denied. SCP-668 will remain at Euclid classification. This video was suggested by an awesome subscriber. Please like, comment, and subscribe to give me motivation to make more videos.